Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So it does look like that indeed Alliance War rewards are delayed, and that's fairly peculiar because this is pretty much the first time since forever I haven't seen Alliance War season rewards being sent out at, fairly specific time, which should have happened already 2-3 hours ago. So as we can see, there are definitely several forum threads popping up right now asking about whether somebody got a W season rewards, when will the season rewards come. That is like normally the case, every single time when a W season rewards are set to be sent out that day. If I do a morning stream, I have to answer like 50 questions, when are season rewards coming. But they should have been here, right? And that again is fairly peculiar. One might even think that it has something to do with a fairly extensive doc list that seems to have happened. On like a personal note, obviously, New Nation managed to get in top 10 of Masters, because I believe spots number 2, 3, and somebody else up ahead of us got docked. So there have been in total 4 Masters Alliances, I think, docked, and obviously many more lower tier alliances. And there have been quite a few bans issued, apparently, up to as many as 9 in a single alliance, from what I have heard. Those bans being 7 and 30-day bans as well. And that actually, putting aside all the mess that Alliance War is in right now because of the announcement that they made yesterday, putting all that aside, I think it might actually be a fairly good sign that they are doing more on the back end in preparation for Battlegrounds coming live. Obviously, again, I get asked, what do you think about the fact that number 2 and 3 Masters Alliances got banned? And my answer there is very simple. I think it's good that the docs and the bans actually went out. I think it's bad that they had to be issued. You know what I mean? I think it's bad that obviously there is still some unscrupulous activity happening in these high tier alliances, but I do think it's very good that there was some sort of accountability and action taken, which is not something we can always say about it. That being said, there's always a different case for each alliance, and I want people to understand that as well before they kind of like massively jump on anybody who was in the one of the 4 Masters Alliances docked. Like I think Salty, for instance, got docked in SPBA as well. And there is like a smaller content creator who was in one of those alliances, and he did nothing wrong as far as I can tell. He tried his best. He wasn't aware that somebody's screwing up, because often it can be the case where one person screws it up for 29 other people, or it might be 2 or 3 people doing it in PMs, messaging to each other, or it can be bigger. It can be kind of like systemic, out in the open, obviously. And the fact is, we do not know what was the case in each and any one of those instances where these 4 alliances did get docked. But just because an alliance does get docked, to me, since I know much better now based on a personal experience where I spent the entire war season playing my best, boosting my best, playing my hardest, and then when we just think that we have achieved first place in alliance, where my alliance ended up getting docked, which at the time was ASR, it was absolutely devastating. It was absolutely devastating, and none of that stuff was kind of like out in the open or in public. So all I'm trying to say is it's a good thing that consequences came to whoever did break the rules of the game, but do not immediately try to villainize anybody and everybody who is in that specific team, is I guess what I'm trying to say. But ultimately, yeah, I think hopefully this has to do with Kabam trying to clean up the game even a wee little bit before the Battlegrounds come live. And hopefully the Alliance War Seasons rewards are being distributed on time. I'm looking forward to my opening personally, especially because this might be the last season where we finish in Masters for a bit, because there's a very good chance that New Nation and many other alliances are just going to end up doing one loyalty rebuy wars, go down some tiers, play against lower level competition and get better rewards for taking Alliance War easier, because Kebab are absolute asshats. But yeah, hopefully the rewards come very, very soon. Let me know whether you guys know something more. But in case you were wondering where are your Alliance War season rewards, then just be aware that nobody, as far as I know, has received the Alliance War season rewards yet. See you guys. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the next